Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hughes. That's Joe Hughes.
I want a girl who will mine for her diamonds. I want a girl who can sort a chest. I want a girl with shears that cut and swords that burn through zombie flesh. I want a girl who knows world generation, who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's modding her community. She's flying through the air. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. I want a girl who logs in early. I want a girl who plays till late. I want a girl with unobstructed creativity, who uses a tripwire to ruin your day. With shulker boxes organized and lustrous, in a tone that will torch you like desert grass. Who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. Whose shield is emblazoned. I want a girl with good enchantments. On some server we will meet incidentally. We'll start to talk as we shoot skeletons. She wants a spawn with biome convenience. She wants a spawn that's in good repair. She's changing her end from wither to dragon. She's trading her archery for a trident that's self-repairing. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. Who's the guy who conquers death? The mister with the whispers when Mumbo forgets. After introducing Pearl and Gem to say we're settling a continent. Shoulder to shoulder, surrounded by water, beyond which reset, risk your face if you wanna. We live close, we build close, we speak in proximity. Season 8's here today, still in its infancy. Mumbo is saying go, everyone's cheering, suddenly scattering, always unfearing. Though it passed by without Mumbo mentioning, there's a crew, you know who to keep you adventuring. Asuma securing villagers, Pearl on fine architecture, Joe grabbing supplies, ready to throw at the first fools who die. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. The very first to die, B-double-O, don't cry. Pops and quite chagrin, takes some apples and he flies. Zombie Cleo's next, needs an axe for the road. Geared up and cheered up, she's off with some lows. Gemini Tay appears slain by Jevin, but B-dubs is back before Joe loads the first chest in. Then Pearl's killed by Cleo, who Joe had armed previously. Then Cleo's dead too, per Isco mischievously. Impulse SV got blown up by a creeper. Says he won't be back, but how can he be sure? Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going Uma laddering a mine shaft.
The resupply crew.
Pearl egging a shell.
The resupply crew.
Joe lavaing a portal. Yo, you're immortal, here's a doorway to hell.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy?
Who's the guy who struck his first diamond? Encircled suddenly by three of his friends. Tango, Corrales, and B-double-O, all armed and armored to shake down Joe. Threats making triplicate fully surrounded. Joe took to the sky with Cobble unbounded. Lava to dump on the brigands below, or on himself. This direction, let's go! Heading down to somewhere with coordinates in hand. Bridging and a tunneling connecting Flower Forest land. Cleo is away, so Joe leaves her a saddle. He hopes as he does she won't use it for battle. Returning to World Spawn and lighting his tunnel, he keeps striking lava and dies a whole bundle. And drowns hunting squids, though he tried his best. But no worries, back at World Spawn there's a resupply chest. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. One chest becomes four, labeled in stock. The shell thickens yet with smooth sandstone block. Bushes are placed, ravines are filled in. Also the hermits can keep adventuring. If dying is losing, then living is winning. Episode's done, but the show's just beginning. Pick up some tools, some potatoes and steak, and show 'em you're real, give 'em season 8. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome. Some of you may have noticed that I've been playing with a little bit of technology. This is, to me, one of the fun things about taking a break. You know, you might have noticed I've been gone the last few days, and when I take a break, I try to play a little bit with technology in ways that I don't always have time to. Uh-oh, sun's getting real low there, B-double-O. Yep, he's not even going to sleep. It's just me and the Tango cams and all the AFKers. But anyway, you may have noticed that I have been playing around with fonts recently, and I've been trying to figure out different things to do for the on-screen overlays. And one of the things that we had talked about when we were discussed graphic design stuff in the past on my Discord and occasionally in the streams is I really like handwritten fonts, but the problem with them is they tend to have the same like letter again and again. So like if you say setting up stream now, the E's would be identical. Like, and you don't want that. Whoops, that is not what we want either. That is way too much brush for this. So you don't want all your E's to look identical in a handwritten font, because then it looks like somebody didn't write it. It looks like it's a font. They should look close. They should look like they're made by the same person. But you don't want it to feel like it's a font. And so we started talking a little bit about ways to do that. There are some fonts that have more alternative A's and E's and vowels and whatnot. But what I kind of landed on was I wanted to, if I was going to use a handwriting font, to try and use my own handwriting. And if my own handwriting is illegible, well, then we need to fix that. That's its own project, to some degree. Now, I don't think we actually need all of this. Let's go ahead and deselect everything. Let's go ahead and clear this out. And so this way, if I wanted to do a more spooky setting up stream now, because it's Halloween time, right? You know, we could do something like, well, this isn't very spooky at all. This is just like basic printing. But you can add some like little streaks, like blood streaks. Are those showing up? You can kind of make it feel like it's dripping. Are those little... Yeah. So you see how I'm adding these little droplets here, and it makes it feel a little bit more like it's not, but they're not all going to be the same, right? Yeah, somebody says they're small, but I see them. So anyway, if I wanted to have like a dripping blood thing here. Now, I could also take all of this, and I think that I could turn it red if I know what I'm doing, which I don't because I barely use this software. Whoops. Undo. But like now it's red. Now it's like, oh, it's blood drips. Ooh, we're setting up the stream now. It's very Halloween-like. It looks even better on the white if we can look at the white. Boom. Now, the thing is that, you know, I can come back in here and I do my rough one and then I add the little drips hanging down. Oops, that's not really working. Setting up stream. No. Then lots of little drips. Drip, drip, drip. Blood, blood, blood. Yay. Oh, I could change that stream to a scream now. Oh no, because everybody's screaming at how scary it is. See, so I could do this and have it look more organic than it would if, you know, it, what do you call it? If it was a font, because the O's and the E's and like the blood drops aren't in the same places exactly on the S's, that sort of thing. Now, and that's fun. That's a thing that we have the option for. But realistically, like for today, let's go ahead and clear the layer. You know, I can just bring this back to white, nice and simple. Switch it back to this brush here. And I can just do something a little bit less wild. Setting up stream now. That was a terrible now. We're going to redo that because I barely write ever. But yeah. See, so now we have a nice setting up stream now. And if we wanted to, though, we could draw a little pumpkin over here. Did a stem sticking out. And we can make a little face. Now it's a pumpkin face. Yay! Now it's very Halloween-y. So, I'm just, you know, kind of showing. More like setting up stream. Wow, says Six Sid. Yeah, I'm using a tablet. So, anyway. You know, I've been talking about, like, ways I can make the stream feel more personalized. And you're probably not going to get more personalized than my own hand. You know, which I could also hold up. There it is. There's my own hand. So Nilo says you're a decent drawer for a poet. That's a really rough pumpkin. That is not a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. But anyway, I'm realizing too, I need to open up Discord on this computer. Sorry, Discord people. I was so busy getting the tablet here set up. So welcome to everybody in the Discord. Dark Dialga, Grace Windier, Bear, Drubaka, Joey, Badjo Spanoa, Melons Away. Welcome. I think I said hello to everybody there then. Yeah, bum bum bum. Okay, cool. We are caught up. Yeah, Joe draws words. Now I can also, one thing that's fun about this is Benimo says, I just noticed the face cam. It feels like a jump scare. You are welcome. One thing that I can do is I can be like, well, as you guys saw last week, we worked heavily on this tower. Oh, that's not where that tower is. It's going to take me some time to get used to how far in. This tower, boop. And we moved all of these windows, whoop, these windows. Nope, that's, none of those are circling windows. Like we moved some of these windows, some of those windows. Boom! That we got a window that time. We moved all these windows and rotated them this way, so you'll see how they look over here. Okay, we actually want to remove that though now. So that's the thing though, is that like the arrows only work like if I'm talking about like this tower here. Boop. This one. Like, I can't move while I'm looking at it because otherwise, all of a sudden, I'm looking at this tower here. This one. Boop. That's not ideal. Or, like, all of a sudden, I'm like, whoops, that's way too far over. All of a sudden, I'm making, like, the Minecraft Disney sun. Oh, wait, no, that's almost a creeper. Hold on. Nope, I missed it. Hold on. I'm bringing it back around. This is almost a creeper face. The sun's setting too quickly for me to make the creeper face I want to make. But yeah. So anyway, this is what I've been working on this evening and a little bit over the break. I was learning this tablet software and practicing some handwriting and drawing a little bit. And when I got home, I got this set up so I can feed it into OBS properly. So I was going to hold this up so you guys could see what it actually looks like on the tablet, but I realized the face camera is absolutely tiny, and so that might not work very well. So you know what? This is a good time for me to remind folks that tips are appreciated via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So I've just posted that link. Okay. There might be a setting that auto undoes lines. Yeah, there is an undo button on here. Yep, I'm down here in slot 8 for season 8. Okay. NJ says the pumpkin is a nice touch. Well, you say that now, NJ. Just wait. Just you wait. Just you wait. Oh, that's not orange at all. That's terrible. Hold on. This is not a good pumpkin anymore. It was gonna be a great pumpkin, NJ Brown, but alas. Okay, there we go. Peyton A, thank you for tipping 5. Let's get that on our abacus here. Boom. That puts us 15 away from the first face camera expansion. And Peyton A writes, howdy, and has a little cowboy hat. So thank you very much. And then we also got a tip from Tommy Boy. So thank you very much, Tommy Boy. Tipping 20 even. That puts us 5 past the next expansion milestone. Who says, oh my goodness, you can draw on yourself when the face camera expands. I would say I'd pay good money to see that, but I'll just give you that good money instead. Why, thank you, Tommy Boy. That's very astute and generous of you. So here we go. It's time to say howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, okay, I'm also realizing I need to lock the layer that the thing is coming in on so I don't accidentally move the drawing. I'm trying to move my face. Okay, so yeah, if you're like, where's Joe? Whoops, that's not where Joe is at all. Hi, I'm down here now. Hold on. I learned this trick from the Truman Show. Can I make a little space helmet around myself? No, that's not thick enough. Nope, that's too high. What I need to do is put little markers on here. Hello, I am Joe Hills from space. So, yep. And what if I'm surprised? I can have one of those. You know, wait, no, hold on. It wouldn't be that color. It would be more like this. I can be from Metal Gear Solid. I'd be like, what? Duh? What is that? That's like a noise. I can't do the noise. The noise from Metal Gear Solid when somebody's like alerted to you. So, Super Cool says, OMG, I was sitting around excited for the stream today just to get distracted and not get here until now. Well, welcome back to you as well. So, let's see. So, where were we? Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. You know what? I always wanted a scar hat. So now, this is not going to be very visible at this angle. There we go. What color horizontal stripe is on the scar hat? I forget. That's not wide enough. It needs to be wider, I think. More ovoid here. Dark green. I don't know how well that's going to read with the chroma, but we'll try it. Nope, the green is chromaing out a little. So it'll look okay against the ground, I guess. Green and yellow. Yellow we could probably do. He has a pumpkin band hat. Ooh. Well, that means I could have a pumpkin band hat, too. Ta-da! Look at me. My hat does not look as professional as Scar's, but I'm having fun with it. Can I tip the hat? Hold on. If I drag that, and then I reach up with this hand. Nope, that does not. Okay. I can tip the hat. I tip my hat to you. You can see the dragging around transform dots. That let me also, like, make the hat bigger or tiny. Oh, it's a tiny hat. When I was like, yeah, or I can rotate it. Now it's a jaunty fascinator. Not jaunty enough, make it smaller. Too small and not in the right place. There we go. Okay. So, anyway, we have a new kind of stream thing that I'm happy to play with. But we actually do need to, at some point, work on this giant castle. That's another thing that we have to do. Hey, it looks like we just had a tip roll in via PayPal as well. Thank you very much to Merca for tipping 5. Appreciate you. Who writes, hi, have a good stream. Well, you have a good stream too, Merca. That is going to put us 10 even away from the next face camera expansion. Yeah. So yeah, the company that I am, like, this is hardware I bought myself. This is not a sponsored thing. So in theory, I think you could do this with any tablet and basically any drawing software. The way I did this was I set the background of the drawing software to green. So that way, and then I chromed it out in OBS after doing a screen mirroring thing from the tablet to the computer. Does that make sense? Okay. We have good times with Joe now, apparently. So we actually do... Oh no, I'm realizing I put most of my armor and stuff away. We had to go spot Tango Tech a bunch of lava because he was working on a big project and he needed a bunch of lava. So I'm actually not hearing any in-game sounds. Oh, I heard that. I think I turned down... No? We're gonna turn hostile creatures back up. Okay, well, audio is definitely working. I just don't hear other things. Oh, there's a big D-pad on the screen, too. What does that do? That's part of the drawing software, apparently. So, yeah, we're going to turn that off. It looks like that shows up when I hit transform. Oh, that lets you nudge the thing that you're transforming. Okay, so, yeah, if we hit cancel, it'll stop transforming that. And now the hat's in the wrong place. But we kind of want to clear the hat anyway, so boop, hat's all gone. So, where did I put all my stuff that I emptied out of my inventory? When we went to bring Tango his things. Okay, we do need more ender pearls. We need probably some of the slow fallings just for later. At least one fire resistance just in case. It doesn't really matter what drawing software it is. You could use any drawing software that lets you set separate layers. So I have a separate layer with a green background here, and I'm just drawing on top of that green background layer. Right? Yeah, and you know what I'm realizing is... Deselect. How do I actually move the, How do I move the canvas around? I actually don't know all of the... Whoa, no, don't want to do that. Okay. That was a mistake. What did that... Yeah, so that's like... Okay, wait. So I need the canvas to be at least this big. And, okay, so it looks like 3 fingers is canvas resize. Oh, wait, no. It's 2... How do I... Yeah. So 2 fingers is resize. It's like a 2-finger pinch to move the canvas around. Okay. We're learning. The illusion is broken. Okay. I feel like one of these is where I put my good trousers. Welcome back, Zebulon C. Did I put them in here? Okay, good. Our scuba. Something creepy under boat and... Put that on for now. Yeah, it's a touch screen, but that's part of how we do the, all this. Whoops, that's deselect. Setting up stream, no! Woo. I could be like, well, what we really need to do is we need to take this item here and, you know, combine it with this item here. That's way too far. I really need to put some markers on here so I know roughly where things go. But in theory, as I get better at this... Ooh, there's shape options. I don't like that. We're gonna remove that. Okay. Probably don't want to deal with the shapes right now. But anyway. So, I can use this for commentating on mini games. Exactly. If I'm commentating on an upcoming build contest on my Patreon server, I can be circling details as we're discussing them as well. Right? That has value. Cleo probably actually wants this copper. Oxidized cut copper stairs. Oh, that's the wrong kind of copper. Okay. Hey, welcome, Seth. Glad you could join us. Oh, is it actually dark already? Looks like it actually got dark. Yay, I went to sleep. So, anyway, we've got a lot of people wondering when the stream is actually going to be starting. So why don't we go ahead and run through our checklist here. When will my stream begin?
$8:30 p.m. the usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title, tweet, pour water, tank top, and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the streaming. So I'll pause, fold in, and open VLC. I'll put 2 songs before, lay your head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all, Joe Hills from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chest tools breaking. Pickaxe went poof while talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. So I'll click crafting quick anvil time and champ pick, then I'll replace the books in a random chest with care. I'll tour my winery, I'm sure there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swear. Not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Okay, so we totally were not ready. I thought the stream was stuttering a little bit because of the tablet, but I totally had Folding at Home running in the background. Also, I have my VR glasses on, so I need to actually go change my glasses. So we're gonna play one more song quick. This is a 40-second song I wrote about Star Trek The Next Generation, also performed by my brother. I call Darmok. And I'm going to grab my glasses and be right back.
Hey, so that's why Jean-Luc's a wallin', lost jaw and white timbers. And Shaka, I see, was on his army. Yeah, Shaka when all the walls fall. Ha 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 ha. But I don't know if Jean-Luc gets these lost jawlads and white timber. They're falling again. Good night, Elytra, we love you. Dathan has left the planet.
Indeed. Okay, Devin Crotties points out, it was doing pretty well for having everything and folding running. I could tell Minecraft was a little bit light on the frame rate, but either way, at this point, we can now take, we're going to select this. Can I invert the selection? Okay, and then I'm going to hit erase. Oh, interesting. Wait. So that means I can come to this one, hit clear layer. Wait. Hold on. Let's just delete this then. Wait, hold on. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Deselect. We're going to select this part. We're going to hit erase that. We're going to grab that. Going to move that over there. Dang it, that did not... Yeah, that undid that. We're learning a lot about this as we go. Done. Okay, so the pumpkin is now in the upper corner, but that's actually bad. We don't want that. We want it here. Ah. Because I can now I'm trapped inside the pumpkin. Ah. The spirit of Halloween is consuming me. I'm being digested. But wait, who will come to my rescue? It is Catherine. Woo! Rolling in, tipping 50. I'm going to be busting out of this pumpkin like I'm Will Smith inside of the bug at the end of Men in Black. Hashtag spoilers. So here we go. It's time to expand. Alrighty, and then numero. Let's see. That was yeah, we were 10 away from. So we got 2 more to go. Numero dos. Even a larger Joe is visible. D. Now I've got a pumpkin goatee. Before expansion 3. Do. Nom 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 nom. Oh no, I ate it all. Nom nom. I ate the whole pumpkin. Sorry, y'all. It was too delicious. Okay. I just couldn't say no. But then we got another tip rolling in from Matthew, who tips 20, who says, it's been a while. Great stream for me to wind down this evening. Well, Matthew, appreciate you supporting the show. As you know, at this point, that 5th base camera expansion, that's when these bust out. Because like Jacob Marley, these chains that I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Ghost. Bum, 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 bum. So here we go. That's going to bring us now to 90% Joe opacity. Nice, comfortable amount. And, oh, this is fun. Let me go ahead and... Can I shrink this a little bit? We're going to drag that over a bit. Kind of adjusting. We got more stuff on the screen than usual because of the tablet feed. But at this point, I can show y'all what the tablet looks like because it'll be visible now. So, let me go ahead and I'm going to, in just huge, I'm going to make the brush big. I'm going to write hello. Oh, that's too big. Can't write hello. Hi! Exclamation point. Okay, and then when I hold up the tablet here, well, it's chroma green so in the background, so you can't see it does not know how to interpret this. But yeah. So, oh, wait. What if I underline it? Ooh, that's cool. I can overline it. Ooh. We could tap undo. And it's like pretty much instant. Ooh. Undo. Right? Okay. So we're going to go ahead. And people are saying, bring back the pumpkin. Well, I can't bring it back. But we can make a new pump. We can rebuild him. Better than he was. Faster. Stronger than before. Okay, so am I in front of it or behind it? Okay. Pumpkin. Backside of the pumpkin. We're gonna go with a dark. Imagine a dark stem. That might be too much. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to come over here to yellow. And we're going to give it some good triangle eyes. And a craw. I keep accidentally grabbing whatever that thing is, and I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what that dot is. There's a dot thing, and I'm gonna put it over here because I don't know what to do with it. Oh no, the pumpkin's slightly too low. So we'll move it up. Head over, and we'll shrink it down. Little happy pumpkin. Yay, happy pumpkin. Done. Okay. The bionic pumpkin. Okay. Can you key out images instead of solid colors? So the thing is, I could make a slightly off-green grid that shows where the different locations are on the screen, but and it would be close enough to the chroma green. It would get chromed out, but would be visible to my eyes. But that just fell forward. I'm still figuring out like how there's room. Is it nighttime? We just got back. We are not doing well here. In terms of actual work on the castle. Okay. I keep being like, what is this over here? Nom 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 nom. Gonna eat it all. Nom 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 nom. Pumpkin. Okay. Hey, Mantigag, glad you could join us. I know how to do stream overlay things. I don't need to outsource them. I don't do them the way that people do them because I like to do creative, weirder stuff. And this is an example of, like, if I have extra free time, I can do more creative, extra weird stuff. But, yeah. Let's see. So now I've got, like, the pen in my mouse hand. Oh, we can't forget to say hi to Scar. Howdy, Scar. Typing with the pen is a little bit weird. But if I put the pen down, it takes too long to get it back to do it. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, I am the stream overlay. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the stream overlay now. I still have to see that movie, but they made fun of it a lot in different shows I've seen. Okay. Typically, you don't need to dig pumpkins. They grow on the surface. Grant Rogers says, my family actually grew pumpkins. I named one Gordon. Yay. Okay, so as far as I recall, we got this entire segment here moved over. So I feel like... Oh, and we started working on these windows, and I think those came out okay. Yeah, that seems right based on what I'm looking at here. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this from the other side of the castle. Lunith says, my dad grows a single giant pumpkin each year. That's cool. Andrew says, I haven't seen a stream where we actually visit the castle in a while. It's looking awesome. Thank you. Oh, that's right. I've fixed the roof, and so now we can't go out this way. So I think what we want to actually do then is reclaim all this scaffolding. Yep. I don't know what I expected. Okay. Have a good night, Sammy. Okay. Okay. So this part here, I think we can keep. We actually need to go over the wall to look at it. I need to chroma. I need to dye the pen pink, so that, or not pink, green. Pink would not be helpful in the same way as green. Why do I have that song stuck in my head all the time? Oh, because it was on the radio all the time when I was a kid. So it's just like the sort of thing that like I heard a bajillion times. Okay. Hey, Centauratron, I did have a good break. Thank you. Okay. Don't tell Etho the floors are hollow. I won't. Everything should have wrist straps. Yeah, a wrist strap on this would be great. Yeah, this lake is nice. Like, we got a great location all around here. So we've got these scaffolds up here. I think I was trying to figure out... There's 2 side windows up there that I was working on, I think, when I ended the stream the other day. I ran out of energy, and I was like, I'm going on vacation. Bye, everybody. Okay. Do glasses need wrist straps? No, my glasses don't need wrist straps. But, yeah. Okay. So... Let's see, hold on, if I can illustrate. So we need to put windows here. Nope, that's nowhere near where they need to go. Here, nope, nowhere near it. Here, and here. Kind of. I'll get better at this over time. Just be patient. Yeah, so we need a window like here, and we need a window like here. And... let me erase the lower end of that one. It's actually more like that, probably. Yeah, not exactly. A little further over. Burp. This kind of works as a thing to show how things could work, right? Somebody says, "Please give yourself a mustache." Hold on. It's way longer. It's a long Wario mustache because I ran out of. I couldn't find where to start. But yeah, if I go like this, it's I could twist it. Hold on. It's me, Waluigi. It's me, Wajowo. I don't know. We kind of lost it there. Yeah. Okay. So, now I need to remember to remove those 2 windows. Uh-oh. Hitting the undo button adds windows back if I'm not careful. So why don't we go up there and get those windows in? We need... it's because we don't have any glass. For one thing. Up we go. I think we can safely remove that. Oh, this looks so much better than it used to. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am just thrilled. Thrilled! So, another thing I've been working on is I've started making plans for Christmas. I don't want to talk too much about this yet, but some of y'all might remember that usually each year we do a reading of the Christmas Carol. A couple years ago, it was kind of more of a Discord-only thing where I interspersed Problem Sleuth with a Christmas Carol, which worked way better than I was expecting. Last year, we did the Christmas Carol where I read all of the Scrooge parts with my kind of Beetlejuice voice. Like, hey, like all of Scrooge's lines would be delivered like this. And that was fun, but I've been thinking about how to do this again next year. Let me pull up Project... I keep thinking Scar rejoined the game. Project Gutenberg Christmas Carol. Let me try to find a good segment where Scrooge talks. Okay, so here's Marley talking to Scrooge. So I haven't figured out the voice I'm going to do for Marley, or I might have possibly a guest entertainer do Marley. But this is Marley saying, why do you doubt your senses? So, why do you doubt your senses? And then I'm thinking I'm going to do Scrooge with more of the Hunter S. Thompson voice. I've been having a lot of fun with that. Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than of grave about you, whatever you are. That little thing. Like I feel like I've gotta play with it more. It's not I don't have the Hunter S. Thompson cadence down entirely, and I gotta find like a good longer thing. What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as is this? Merry Christmas, out upon Merry Christmas. No, dang it, this is I'm not quite getting it. I gotta keep working on it more. We're not doing Ebenezer Scrooge. No. Okay. So let's go up here. This is not lit well. So we need to get to bed. But yeah, the oh, I was gonna pull up, like, if I pull up an actual Hunter S. Thompson thing, which I can't do on the iPad because that'll ruin the thing here. Here's something from Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail. Zang! The candidate's reaction to the ultimate nut of wisdom was not recorded, but we can only assume he was pleased to see signs that at least one of his ranking advisors was finally beginning to function well enough on the basic motor skills signal recognition level that he might soon learn to tie his own shoes. If I were running for the presidency of the United States and heard a thing like that from somebody I was paying $1,000 a week, I would have the fella drop down an elevator shaft. But Muskie has apparently grown accustomed to this kind of waterhead talk from his staff. They are not an impressive group on the evidence. One of the first things you notice around any Muskie headquarters, local or national, is that many of the... Yeah, never mind. But, am I going to read any Edgar Allan Poe during October? I am. We are going to read some Edgar Allan Poe during October. Today, we're kind of messing with the Jill Jackson recommends getting a silicone sleeve for the pencil that's chroma green. That is a good piece of advice, Jill Jackson. That is a solid piece of advice. I like that. Oh, y'all, some of y'all missed it when on the Cleo stream, when she went to the bathroom at one point. I read Edgar Allan Poe's The Cask of Amontillado. But Fortunato. The Amontillado. I have my dow outs. It was terrible. The Cask of Amontillado is definitely the most terrible thing that you can owe to. Oh. I got into an awkward conversation over the weekend with a guy who's a generation older than me, who's a Freemason. And I asked him, you know, do you and your he called them brother Masons. Do you and your brother Masons ever talk about how Masons are portrayed in media? There's a really funny bit about Masons in The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe, and I'd love to hear what you thought about it. And he's like, I'm not familiar with that one. Tell me about it. And I'm like trying to describe The Cask of Amontillado, and everybody else in the room like stops talking and just turns and starts looking at us mortified. And because it's like, it's a terrible story about a guy betraying his friend and burying him alive. And I'm just like, oh no, I'm in too deep. I have to finish this story because otherwise I'll look even creepier than if I don't. And there's like 16 people staring at me now. And I'm just like, oh. This is what I get for assuming that people are familiar with the story. It's about murder. It's just like too late. It's too, yeah. Oh boy. It's just, oh. Did I do the voice? Not for that, because I was trying to have a serious conversation about portrayals of in-groups in media. But yeah, that is on them. The Cask of Amontillado really is a classic. But yeah, just everybody near us just was like, whatever they're talking about sounds way more interesting than whatever we're talking about. And so they're just all getting quiet and turning, and I'm like, ah. Nope. Apparently that story is not as well known in some circles as others. Yeah, I thought Edgar Allan Poe was pretty fixed in the zeitgeist, but apparently not all the zeitgeist. So, anyway. We need to add 2 narrow windows. One on this one and one on this one. Okay. And they need to be about 2 meters from the top. Yeah, time to go buy everyone, you know, a copy of The Cask of Amontillado so Joe Hills doesn't have to look dumb in polite conversation. That's the greatest gift of all, is making me look less silly. Yeah, it's no Telltale Heart or The Raven, but it is pretty famous. It is a pretty famous story. But yeah. Oh well. So. So we know it goes this high up, and it goes on this one. So let's go up to this one now. Okay. So let's see what it looks like from back here. Whoop. We really lost the, I don't have my mouse pad, isn't here, and so the mouse is drifting when I let go of it more than usual. And now everything's falling. So we've got multiple problems. Okay. It feels a little bit lower than it should be. It does look a little bit like a face with a big nose, which is not necessarily what the author intended. or the architect intended. But wait, this bit is supposed to be higher than that bit. Oh, we still need to do all the windows on that side. We need to do the windows around here. So this part around here has 3 windows. Oy, oy, oy. Originally, I came back here because I was like, oh, I'll use the water to ender pearl. Let's actually follow through on that plan. Okay. What is an architect if not an author of buildings? Uh-oh, that ender pearl is... Okay, because I hit the tree at a weird angle. Oh, that's like almost exactly where I wanted to land. Nom, 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 nom. Victory pumpkin. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. That didn't actually hide the layer. Did it? It did! I hid the layer. Yay! New victory pumpkin. Return. Yay. Okay. Top tier pearl move. I thought when I hit the tree it wasn't going to go where I intended, but it's weird because hitting the tree I think changed the visual trajectory of the pearl on the client side, but I think the server still knew where I was trying to throw it, which is strange. Every time I see the name Fortunato now, I'm just like, Fortunato, whoa. Okay, hey, I was going to do something stupid, but I got distracted. So thank you for the distraction to Jacqueline for 10, who says, and that was the last time Joe was invited to hang with the Masons. Thank you. That puts us 10 away from the next expansion. Also, it looks like the tablet is probably going to die pretty soon, battery-wise. This drawing software, I didn't really charge this beforehand, and so we're going to go ahead and kill that layer entirely and turn off the tablet for now. I can set this up with the charger or something in here later. Right now, though, I don't have like the wires and stuff set up. But what I was gonna say is, I wonder how long it would take to read the Cask of Amontillado, because it would be funny to do a little vignette. You know how he had the you know how he did the armor stand thing with Cub and Cleo? I've been trying to think of like little vignettes we could do with armor stand puppets, but I feel like the Cask of Amontillado is a longer story than you might think to read online. Cask of Amontillado. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't look that long. Let's get the stopwatch out. This is what the streams are for. This is how videos get made. Videos get made by doing experiments on stream, okay? So, and theoretically also by actually putting windows in walls, but we can come back to that. Hey, looks like before we get started on that stopwatch, is that alert new, or is that... No, maybe that was an old alert that just came through on my phone instead. But also, anybody who missed it, we are on the hour, so I should probably link that tips are appreciated via paypal.me/JoeHills, and we are $10 away for the next face camera expansion. Hey, a tip did roll in. Thank you, Katana Shuns, who says, I thought it would be cool to stop by, or I thought I would stop by to thank you for being really cool. Hey, thank you for being really cool, Katana Shuns. That's a great name. Here we go. It's time to expand juice. And we are going to lower the opacity now to 80%. Okay. And so here we go. The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe. The 1,000 injuries of Fortunato I had borne as I best could, but when he ventured upon insult... No, this is terrible. I don't think... I was going to try and use this voice, and it's too... It's not Hunter S. Thompson enough. It's too Beetlejuiced. It's not working. The 1,000 injuries... Right. Let's try... We could try the British voice. Start. The 1,000 injuries of Fortunato I had borne as I best could, but when he ventured upon insult, I vowed revenge. You, who so well know the nature of my soul, will not suppose, however, that I gave utterance to a threat. At length I would be avenged. This was a point definitely settled, but the very definitiveness with which it was resolved precluded the idea of risk. I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. I don't know what voice this is. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm just going to go back to talking normal. A wrong is unredressed when retribution overtakes its redresser. It is equally unredressed when the avenger fails to make himself felt as such to him who has done the wrong. It must be understood that neither by word nor deed had I given Fortunato cause to doubt my good will. I continued, as was my wont, to smile in his face, and he did not perceive that my smile now was the thought of his immolation. He had a weak point, this Fortunato. Although in other regards he was a man to be respected and even feared, he prided himself on his connoisseurship in wine. Few Italians have the true virtuoso spirit. For the most part, their enthusiasm is adopted to suit the time and opportunity, to practice imposture upon the British and Austrian millionaires. In painting and in gemmery, Fortunato, like his countrymen, was a quack. But in the matter of old wines, he was sincere. In this respect, I did not differ from him materially. I was skillful in the Italian vintages myself, and bought largely wherever I could. It was about dusk, one evening during the supreme madness of the carnival season, that I encountered my friend. He accosted me with excessive warmth, for he had been drinking much. The man wore motley. He had on a tight-fitting party-striped dress, and his head was surmounted by a conical cap and bells. I was so pleased to see him that I thought I should never have done wringing his hand. I said to him, "My dear Fortunato, you are luckily met. How remarkably well you are looking today. But I have received a pipe of what passes for Amontillado, and I have my doubts." "How?" said he. "Amontillado? A pipe? Impossible! And in the middle of carnival." "I have my doubts," I replied, "and I was silly enough to pay the full Amontillado price without consulting you in the matter. You were not to be found, and I was fearful of losing a bargain." "Amontillado?" "I have my doubts." Amontillado, and I must satisfy them. Amontillado. As you are engaged, I am on my way to Lucchesi. If anyone has a critical turn, he will tell me, Lucchesi cannot tell Amontillado from sherry. And yet some fools will have it that his taste is a match for your own. Come, let us go. Whither? To your vaults. My friend, no, I will not impose upon your good nature. I perceive you have an engagement. Lucchesi, I have no engagement. Come. My friend, no, it is not the engagement, but the severe cold with which I perceive you are afflicted. The vaults are insufferably damp. They are encrusted with niter. Let us go nevertheless. The cold is merely nothing. Amontillado, you have been imposed upon, and as for Lucchesi, he cannot distinguish sherry from Amontillado. Thus speaking, Fortunato possessed himself of my arm, putting on a mask of black silk, and drawing a roquelaire closely about my person, I suffered him to hurry me to my palazzo. There were no attendants at home. They had absconded to make merry in honor of the time. I had told them I should not return until the morning, and had given explicit orders not to stir from the house. These orders were sufficient, I well know, to ensure their immediate disappearance, one and all, as soon as my back was turned. I took from their sconces 2 flambeaux, and giving one to Fortunato, bowed him through several suites of rooms to the archway that led into the vaults. I passed down a long and winding staircase, requesting him to be cautious as he followed. We came at length to the foot of the descent, and stood together on the damp ground of the catacombs of the Montresors. The gait of my friend was unsteady, and the bells upon his cap jingled as he strode. See, if I was going to do this right, I'd have like little bells here. The pipe, said he. It is further on, said I. But observe the white webwork which gleams from these cavern walls. He turned toward me and looked into my eyes with 2 filmy orbs that distilled the rheum of intoxication. Niter? He asked at length. Niter, I replied. How long have you had that cough? My poor friend found it impossible to reply for many minutes. It's nothing, he said at last. Come, I said with decision. We will go back. Your health is precious. You are rich, respected, admired, beloved. You are happy as once I was. You are a man to be missed. For me, it is no matter. We will go back. You will be ill, and I cannot be responsible. Besides, there is Lucchesi. Enough, he said. The cough is a mere nothing. It will not kill me. I shall not die of a cough. True, I replied. And indeed, I had no intention of alarming you unnecessarily, but you should use all proper caution. A draught of this Medoc will defend us from the damps. Here, I knocked the neck off a bottle, which I drew from a long row of its fellows that lay upon the mold. Drink, I said, presenting him the wine. He raised it to his lips with a leer. He paused and nodded to me familiarly while his bells jingled. I drink, he said, to the buried that repose around us. And I, to your long life. He again took my arm, and we proceeded. These vaults, he said, are extensive. The Montresors We're a great and numerous family. I forget your arms. A huge human foot d'or in a field azure, the foot crushes a serpent, rampant, whose fangs are embedded in the heel. And the motto? Nemo me impune lascit. Good, he said. The wine sparkled in his eyes, and the bells jingled. My own fancy grew warm with the Madoc. We had passed through walls of piled bones, with casks and puncheons intermingling into the inmost recesses of the catacombs. I paused again, and this time I made bold to seize Fortunato by arm above the elbow. The niter! See? It increases. It hangs like moss upon the vaults. We are below the river's bed. The drops of moisture trickle among the bones. Come, we will go back ere it is too late. Your cough. It is nothing. Let us go on. But first, another draught of the Madoc. I broke and reached him a flagon of de Grave. He emptied it in a breath. His eyes flashed with a fierce light. He laughed and threw the bottles upwards with a gesticulation I did not understand. I looked at him in surprise. He repeated the movement, a grotesque one. You do not comprehend? Not I. Then you are not of the Brotherhood. How? You are not of the Masons. Yes, I said. Yes. You, impossible, a Mason. A Mason, I replied. A sign, he said. It is this, I answered, producing a trowel from beneath the folds of my rock lair. You jest, he exclaimed, recoiling a few paces. But let us proceed to the Amontillado. Be it so, I said, replacing the tool beneath the cloak and again offering him my arm. He leaned upon it heavily. We continued our route in search of the Amontillado. We passed through a range of low arches, descended, passed on, and descending again, arrived at a deep crypt in which the foulness of the air caused our flambeau to glow rather than flame. At the most remote end of the crypt, there appeared another, less spacious. Its walls had been lined with human remains piled to the vault overhead in the fashion of the great catacombs of Paris. 3 sides of this interior crypt were still ornamented in this manner. From the 4th side, the bones had been thrown down and lay promiscuously upon the earth, forming at one point a mound of some size. Within the wall thus exposed by the displacing of the bones, we perceived a still interior recess, in depth about 4 feet, in width 3, in height 6 or 7. It seemed to have been constructed for no especial use within itself, but formed merely the interval between 2 of the colossal supports of the roof of the catacombs, and was backed by one of their circumscribing walls of solid granite. It was in vain that Fortunato, uplifting his dull torch, endeavored to pry into the depths of the recess. Its termination the feeble light did not enable us to see. Proceed, I said. Herein is the Amontillado. And as for Lucchesi, he is an ignoramus, interrupted my friend, and he stepped unsteadily forward, while I followed immediately at his heels. In an instant, he had reached the extremity of the niche, and, finding his progress arrested by the rock, stood stupidly bewildered. A moment more, and I had fettered him to the granite. In its surface were 2 iron staples, distant from each other, about 2 feet horizontally. From one of these depended a short chain, from the other, a padlock. Throwing the links about his waist, it was but the work of a few seconds to secure it. He was too much astounded to resist. Withdrawing the key, I stepped back from the recess. "Pass your hand," I said, "over the wall. You cannot help feeling the niter. Indeed, it is very damp. Once more, let me implore you to return." "No? Then I must positively leave you. But I must first render you all the little attentions in my power." "The Amontillado!" spoke my friend, not yet recovered from his astonishment. "True, the Amontillado." As I said these words, I busied myself among the pile of bones of which I have before spoken. Throwing them aside, I soon uncovered a quantity of building stone and mortar. With these materials, and with the aid of my trowel, I began to vigorously wall up the entrance of the niche. I had scarcely laid the first tier of masonry when I discovered that the intoxication of Fortunato had in a great measure worn off. The earliest indication I had of this was a low, moaning cry from the depth of the recess. It was not the cry of a drunken man. There was then a long and obstinate silence. I laid the second tier, and the third, and the fourth. And then I heard furious vibrations of the chain. The noise lasted for several minutes, during which, that I might hearken to it with more satisfaction, I ceased my labors and sat down upon the bones. When at last the clanking subsided, I resumed the trowel and finished without interruption the 5th, 6th, and 7th tier. The wall was now nearly upon a level with my breast. I again paused, and holding the flambeau over the mason work, threw a few feeble rays upon the figure within. A succession of loud and shrill screams, bursting suddenly from the throat of the chained form, seemed to thrust me violently back. For a brief moment, I hesitated. I trembled. Unsheathing my rapier, I began to grope with it about the recess, but the thought of an instant reassured me. I placed my hand upon the solid fabric of the catacombs, and I felt satisfied. I reapproached the wall. I replied to the yells of him who clamored. I re-echoed, I aided, I surpassed them in volume and in strength. I did this, and the clamorer grew still. It was now midnight, and my task was drawing to a close. I had completed the 8th, the 9th, the 10th tier. I had finished a portion of the last, and the 11th. There remained but a single stone to be fitted and plastered in. I struggled with its weight. I placed it partially in its destined position, but now there came from out the niche a low laugh that erected the hairs upon my head. It was succeeded by a sad voice, which I had difficulty in recognizing as that of the noble Fortunato. The voice said, "A very good joke indeed, an excellent jest. We shall have many a rich laugh about it at the palazzo, over our wine." "The Amontillado!" I said. "Yes, the Amontillado! But is it not getting late? Will they not be awaiting us at the palazzo? The Lady Fortunato and the rest. Let us be gone." "Yes, let us be gone." "For the love of God, Montresor!" "Yes," I said, "for the love of God." But to these words I hearkened in vain for a reply. I grew impatient. I called aloud, "Fortunato!" No answer. I called again, Fortunato? No answer still. I thrust a torch through the remaining aperture and let it fall within. There came forth, in reply, only a jingling of the bells. My heart grew sick on account of the dampness of the catacombs. I hastened to make an end of my labor. I forced the last stone into position, plastered it up. Against the new masonry, I re-erected the old rampart of bones. For the half of a century, no mortal has disturbed them. In paz requiescat. So that was The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe, and it took 19 minutes and 30 seconds to read. So I don't think we can turn that into something that we do during an episode. Hey, welcome, Goran. I saw you coming in. Yeah, that game you were playing, I've heard good things. It's like a mummy game, forewarned. But yeah, whoops. Forgot I had that in my offhand here. Yeah, so we are playing Minecraft and also timing how long it takes to read things. I think I could have read that a little bit faster. I had a few side notes where I was like, oh, if I only had my bells. Where's my bells? You know, things like that. There's my bell. Hold on. That's like a bike bell. It doesn't sound like the jingle bells that like a, what do you call it, would have. A jester. But anyway, let's see. Let's make sure we didn't miss any tips during that. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm going to have to try that forewarned game. But yeah, tips are appreciated via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Speaking of which, Peyton A in YouTube Super Chat just rolled in with 10, who says, "Bravo, Joe, you should read a poem once a week. It was fantastic." Thank you. Well, thank you, Peyton A, for supporting the show. That puts us 10 away from the next face camera expansion. Marshall Lamb says, "I didn't get the story, lol." So basically, this guy Fortunato wronged this other guy, Montresor. And Montresor is a bit of a schemer and says he's going to get his revenge in a way that will never be traced back to him. And so he lures Fortunato into the catacombs where they keep like their fancy wines and stuff. And then kills him basically with the niter, which inflames Fortunato's respiratory illness, and then buries. He tries to bury him alive, but he dies first. Basically. Marcel Lamb says my English is not as good as I thought. No worries. Ten Arlen says I loved it. Got my boring cleaning done while listening. Thank you. You're welcome. But yeah, I was thinking like, oh, it'd be fun to do something like that in Minecraft, to build some sort of like puppet show thing with some catacombs down here. But like, I mean, a 20-minute story, that's 20 minutes of animating with puppets in a video game. That's a non-trivial. I think I need to start with something shorter, first. So yeah. But anyway, the reason we brought this up was because I mentioned this story to an actual Freemason that I was hanging out with over the weekend to ask about how depictions in literature, like, of the Freemasons, what he thought about those, including this one. There's some sort of puppet show VR app. Ooh, Goran, that would be neat. I need to look at that. Yeah, The Raven's a lot shorter, but I think both the Animaniacs and The Simpsons did it. And so it's like, I don't know if I accept on some level that The Simpsons has done everything. But if The Simpsons and the Animaniacs did it, I really have no excuse. Mask of the Red Death is too timely. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. Okay. But yeah, but I also managed to read it the whole time without making it like the cute baby talk. Fortunato woe. But the Amontillado woe. Oh. Okay. Hey, Asetcha. Yeah, I had a good, relaxing, long weekend hanging out with 3 generations of folks I know. It was nice. There were a lot more babies there than I'm used to being around, because I haven't really been around many babies the last few years. So it was like, babies, they're so cute. But, yeah, one of the people there was like, "Oh, Joe, are you ready for another baby?" I'm like, no, not ready for another baby. It's like, well, you like playing with the babies, and I'm like, there's a huge difference between like enjoying palling around with babies and like having your life in order to get remarried and have babies. Like, that is not where I am in life. But yeah. Okay, so live burial diorama. Slice of life. Okay. Yeah, there's a huge difference between playing with other people's kids and having time to have your own kids. Okay, so what we're actually supposed to be doing is we're supposed to be putting more windows in these walls. So we need to put in, oh, this is why it's weird, because we need to put in 2, 2, 2. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go around to the backside of this part of the castle here. So these next set of windows need to be about 2 down, and they need to kind of mirror where this is. Okay, so does that diagonal go out like this? Oh boy, this is a weird diagonal. So in some ways, it's easier to do this. Let's build the scaffold up here. So I think the best way to do this in some ways is going to be to have the center of the 3 windows okay, so we're going to get some of this, some of that, boom. Then we're going to go around that way some. So it looks like this is supposed to be 3 over. That was not 3 over. That was 2 over. Dang it. Okay. Hey, welcome, Aaron Glowstick. Okay. So we're going to teleport up to here. We're going to come back down. We are going to... Oh boy. I'm going to fix this first. And then we're going to wipe out... Whoops. Whoops. Dang it, microphone cord. You should not be that low. Tinted glass. Okay, so then we go 3 this way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should work. Should probably get back. It's getting late. Sun's getting real low. We're still like there's a million mobs about to spawn if we don't get to bed. What? Dang it, Scar! No sleep. I've never seen that before, but I don't know how. Okay. It's part of the status mod. I didn't know it did that. Like, because if I click to set my status, I can put no sleep or not. But yeah. Oy. That scared me. Okay, so... Man, now would be a good time to read a poem. We already did one. Okay. So let me figure out what other windows we still have to do. We have to do the windows on this back tower here. So we added these two little ones here. Whoops, you can't see those. We added these two little ones here. And then we added these three along here. And now we've already got these ones in, but we don't have this thing here. So we've got, I don't know if we have these windows either. Okay, so we need to add 1, 2, 3, and then 5 around there. That's interesting. It's going to be kind of tight. Okay. Scar must be doing something. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Whew. Okay, so... I did not, I was not ready for that. Looks like Tango just did the same. Okay, well, it's probably a good time to do a hydration break then, as long as zombies aren't about to break down my door. Let's see, hydration break, be right back. I'm gonna go ahead, let's see in our spreadsheet who we need to thank for this hydration break. Basically, I'll go refresh my drink and we'll play a song requested by someone who supports the show on Patreon at the $20 or above level. Okay. Hey, Darth Worthen, thank you for the 5. That puts us 5 away from the next expansion. Okay. So it looks like Marissa Roll requested Lectern Full Cauldron. That one's about 3.5 minutes. And just in case we don't get back in time, I'm going to queue up the binge watch wrap, which was requested by Zendrick as well. That'll give me time to get to the kitchen and return. So, be right back.
I want a girl who will mine for her diamonds. I want a girl who can sort a chest. I want a girl with shears that cut and swords that burn through zombie flesh. I want a girl who knows world generation, who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's modding her community. She's flying through the air. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. I want a girl who logs in early. I want a girl who plays till late. I want a girl with unobstructed creativity who uses a tripwire to ruin your day. With shulker boxes organized and lustrous in a tone that will torch you like desert grass. Who crafts furrows and times her attack. She's smelting out impurities and feeding her cat. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. Shields is emblazoned. I want a girl with good enchantments. On some server we will meet incidentally. We'll start to talk as we shoot skeletons. She wants a spawn with biome convenience. She wants a spawn that's in good repair. She's changing her end from wither to dragon. She's trading her archery for a trident that's self-repairing. I want a girl with a lectern and a full cauldron. Screen, placing blocks per hand, it's the hills extreme. Have you ever seen a Yo's expand? Grown and shown up with your demands, yeah. Everybody subscribe, Sean Hills is here to promote his bro live. Placing blocks all over the place, all powered by a vegan with jump boost and haste. Brother, I'll watch him let's play and debate with Joe, all the views I'll say it. Binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, go binge watch 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 Joe. Joe. Stream it. Fill in your gaps, check live feeds and load up HermitCraft. Watch it on any size screen. Back it up to clone redstone machines just building. With dry concrete powder, wetting it down for a much smoother towel. Cause on this tube there's only one server. The whitelist is closed, so don't inquire further. Neighboring players compete on their stores. HermitCrafters you love with improv rapport, you just binge watch HermitCraft. binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, Joe, go binge watch, Joe, go binge watch, Joe, go binge watch, Joe, go binge watch, Joe. Viewers, you better click subscribe because today we're building that hype. Comment, your praises don't fail. Sean Hill's on a roll with HermitCraft details, singing out loud the way it should be sung with the Nashville sound that you like for fun. You know it's live now like a HermitCrafter. Read the description, tweet about it after. The hour of the Hermit is nigh, churning out videos y'all will like. Binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe, 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 Joe, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, Joe, go binge watch, Joe, go binge watch, Joe, go binge watch, Joe, go binge watch, Joe.
Welcome back, everyone. We can take down that hydration break sign. Thank you again to Marissa Rawl and Zendrick for those 2 songs there. We are well into our second hour of the stream. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are going to post that link real quick. Normally on... So... I'm trying to get back into a good sleep schedule. That was one of the big things I was really working on this vacation. And because there were a bunch of little kids running around, and everybody was kind of like really good about going to bed at a reasonable time and waking up at a reasonable time. And so I'm trying to not burn that that practice that I got over the course of the weekend. Because my sleep schedule before that, I was getting like 4 hours a night and then napping during the day, and it was no good. There's just bees everywhere. Woo. That's fine. It's fine. It's good, though. We want there to be bees. Uh-oh. Wait, really? But it's always sunny in HermitCraft, yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah, Scar immediately is like, oh, it's raining, I'm out. I don't have time for this nonsense. Thanks, Scar. Appreciate you. Okay. Scar's like, I needed to go the whole night. This is what happens when you don't sleep. The weather doesn't reset. Okay. As we're climbing this, the rain sounds have gone away, though, which is weird. So anyway, we've got a early morning stream with Zombie Cleo tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. U.S. Central Time, where we're going to be continuing work on our papercraft model of Castle Hohenzollern, which, as you can see, is starting to look more and more like what it's supposed to look like over here. Ooh. It's starting to almost match. Not quite, but I mean, it's getting there. We're still missing this big tower back here. We still got to put windows on a bunch of the towers. The rain sound only comes when it hits the surface. Oh, okay. Whew. Aaron the Glowstick says, I've caught a few bits of the papercraft streams. They're actually pretty cool. Thank you. Ori says, this looks spot on so far. Thank you. Is the papercraft castle done? Not yet, because there's still a lot of stuff I need to do on the driveway and the courtyards and stuff. Gavin Aline says it's my birthday, so here we go. Feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a Gavin Aline. Feliz cumpleaños a ti y muchas más. You know, I feel like having the last few days off, like, I just feel like my voice is not deeper, because deeper implies, like, pitch, but I feel like I I don't know. If I feel more vibrant. Oh, now that it's raining, what are we doing? Oh no! Did that work? Whoa! We can't... My voice is rested. That's a good word for it. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, that was a bad way to do that. I thought that would work better. Oh no, there's gonna be a bunch of zombies running around underneath now with all my armor. Did I get the scaffolding at least yet? No, of course not. That would have been nice. Okay, let's make sure that we picked up all the stuff we had. Okay. I feel like we've got 3 picks, we've got our axe, we've got our trident. Oh, you know what? Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is what we really need to combine here. So we dropped a little bit of meat there. Oh, this is amazing. Potion of slow falling plus trident. Wait, what do we look like in third person? Well, this sure is something. I want it to never stop raining. I had a dream I was a washing machine. A washing machine was I. Rafael Romero correctly points out that this is way cooler than an elytra. I know, right? No wings, no problem. Time to start the Yes Tridents Club. It's just the Yes Rain Club. It's just always raining. Whose horse is that? That's XP Crafted and Hypnos. Yeah, those are from Horsehead Farms. It's their like little shopping district over here. How are we on time for that? 2 minutes. Okay. But yeah, those things are wild. The first time I saw those, I was like, this is the funniest thing in the whole server. I can show you the world. 2 giant silly horses. Grace Winter says, what happens if it stops raining right now? Well, the slow falling potion is independent of that. This is actually really interesting. I feel like you go up higher faster. This is fun. I'm sorry, I'm just having a little bit of fun here. That castle looks classy though, right? That's a good looking castle. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I can trident downward too. And because of slow falling, I'm not taking any fall damage. This is Don't go above the clouds. I'll try not to. Okay. Let me go ahead and make sure we haven't missed any PayPal tips. No, we're good. Uh-oh, sun is getting low. We do need to sleep now that Scar's off the server. That was fun, though. You know the build is good when it's pretty rain or shine. Yeah, good point. Dang, I forgot I refilled my drink. I was at least used to leaning it back further. Okay. But yeah, I forgot. I need to remember that tridents and rain are a good mix. We burned through a lot of trident right there, though. I kind of think we should make a run. Why is one of the parts blue? Because one part of the castle has a different kind of roof than the rest. That part. That's just part of the natural order of the castle. Okay. Because this is based on a real castle, and the real castle has some mismatched roofs. Dang it, I wanted to show the roofs from here, yeah. So, if you look at the model that I made of the real castle, unfortunately, the copper green roof in the model doesn't line up very well with that, and because it's kind of chromaing out, which is awkward, but it's there. Should we wear gold for the nether? That's a good suggestion. An excellent suggestion. We're gonna go to the ender real quick, and we're gonna fix a couple. We're gonna fix our pick and some tridents, or no, our trident and some picks. I heard Jevin has been doing a lot of work on the end, but I don't think it's like that's not an area that you can like block off for spoilers because like people need to use it. So we're gonna go this way. Yum yum yum. I like to eat the steak as we run to the end portal to take our picks to get fixed. We'll mend them with experience. Oh yes, that's what we'll do. How much work has Jevin gotten done up here? So I don't know. Okay, good. He's just been doing planning then. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I haven't been around for a few days. Options, music and sounds, hostile creatures off. Gonna put that in our offhand. It's all fun and games flying around with a trident, says Louisa, until I hit a desert or savanna. Oh yeah, because they don't have rain. I had forgotten about that. Okay, so we're going to close this. Now we turned hostile mob sounds off, so it shouldn't be overwhelmingly loud. Okay, so you can see that the sword has mending on it, so as it takes damage, or whatever, it's repairing itself. We can also fix our shovel while we're here. And then as individual objects start getting fixed, you can swap them into different slots. That'll go there. That'll go there. Okay, so we have fix this sword next. Oops. Yeah, this pick still needs a little bit of repairing. Our armor is all good. And so we're going to swap this. Whoops. Swap that to our offhand. Yeah, Etho and Iskall missed out on rain flying because of their savannah. That's a good point. It's a lot more efficient than I thought it was, says Redbot. Yeah, it's a pretty efficient farm. They did a great job with it. Okay, so we're going to run back now. Yeah, and as we do, we're going to turn our hostile mob sounds back on. Because we don't want to accidentally anger an Enderman over here and not realize it. This is the worst time to read the chat because I could easily veer off a cliff if I'm moving my mouse wildly. I don't know why we can't have guardrails. I think we can make a run for this. Ooh, that's new. Is he repairing the pillars with... That's cool. Ooh, and we are back with all of our gear intact. Now, they're not all in the right order. But yeah, good shape on the whole. Maybe things could spawn on the guardrails. Yeah, that's probably why. We don't have any... Okay. So we're going to offload some of this that we have gathered. We definitely don't need this much black stained glass. We definitely need more tinted glass. Okay. So we've got kind of two problems here. You know what? Maybe I should take all these wheat seeds over to the composter too, just because those have been sitting in that chest for a week. Okay, so smooth sandstone. Okay, this is sand, goes in this one. Normal sandstone goes in this one. Okay. And we're gonna turn off the farm. Oh, it's fine. Nobody really keeps it. Basically, if Mumbo needs to, he can turn it off. The only person that would actually affect is Mumbo, and Mumbo's rarely over there. So, yeah, whoops. I'm usually pretty good about that, but you know what? We've gone too far. Okay. Okay, so our composter is just churning away. We've made actually a lot of bone meal with this. And I know Cleo gets free bone meal forever, but, like, we also have made a lot of bone meal. Just as a side note. Which is really important if you need bone meal for things. Yeah, we can change the trousers back. Okay. So, what do we need to do now? Well, for one thing, these need to be back in our offhand. Oh, we need to go get tinted glass, and we need to go check the dripstone farm. Those are the two things. Hey, Sammy, I am working on... I need to go harvest the dripstone and the amethysts at the moment. because we've got some chunks that were loaded, but things haven't been harvested lately, if you can tell. Asetchu says, the castle is looking exceptionally gorgeous more every new time I view it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of how it's turning out. It's one of those things, like, it's an iterative process, but you know what? You know, not every build needs to be worked out in creative mode. Sometimes you can just go in there with a plan and then redo it 8 times, and it turns out okay. But yeah, Cleo has not harvested this while I was gone, but the chunks were clearly loaded, it seems. Okay. Eighth time's the charm, exactly. Wait, why didn't it fall asleep? Okay. It's fine. So relaxing. Sorry I'm not saying very much. I'm just relaxing and enjoying. I haven't spoken for like 8 minutes. Maybe not 8 minutes, but I'm just like, it's just so nice just removing these things. And I've been enjoying over the weekend having more time to just enjoy things as they happen and not narrate them. And I feel like I've fallen out of the habit of narrating everything I do. So sorry about that. It's just like, oh, this is nice. I like this. We're just collecting things. It's relaxing, right? The sounds are so good. Mojang really killed it with the sound design of this update. Well, it's not really that I was concentrating, Yurgi. It's that I was, like, not concentrating. It's just me, just, like, listening. I'm just listening to the noise. I'm like, this is good noise. Good noise, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna take these back over to the, other place now. Oh. Sammy says Joe legit narrates traffic. It's amazing. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, when I was driving Sammy around for Tennessee game days, I'm like, this driver over here doesn't know if he's going to turn left or not. He has no indicator on. In the meantime, that other driver at the intersection has deep concerns. He is going forward. I am holding. But, like, it just, like, when I'm in tense traffic situations, it's not that I go into let's play mode, but I actually kind of go into like submarine navigation mode, where I'm just like imagining, like you think about like on a submarine, how like there's one guy yelling about the stuff that's going on, and there's other people that are like responding. It's like, okay, full ahead, you know, oh, preparing to turn, Turning already on my mark. Like, it just helps me to process like all of the stuff going on when I'm driving. Contact 400 feet ahead, trying to turn onto the main drag. Mantigag says, my narration of traffic includes more colorful words. That's fair. Vicman, sorry about your laptop. That's most unfortunate. I hope you can get that replaced or repaired. Nashville traffic is terrible. Nashville traffic is so stressful, y'all. Like I try to only drive outside of like when it's really bad, but it's almost always really bad. So sometimes I have no choice. Okay, so let's put the extra dripstone down here in case we need it. So that's a stack and change. That's not bad. Okay. But yeah, that was something that was really helpful, though, as a new parent when my daughter was a baby and a toddler. You know, I would carry her around while I was doing things like cooking, and I would be like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get this pot out. This is the right size for the noodles and the water that we need. We're going to fill it with water over here in the sink, and we're going to use cold water, because even though these pipes aren't supposed to have lead in them, in general, it's a better practice to avoid, you know, using hot water, because you're more likely to have things leach into it. And then we're going to take that cold water and we're going to put that pot full of cold water up onto the burner here. And we're going to make sure that the handle is facing away from where any little babies could grab it. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this on high. We're going to put the lid not entirely on because, or well, we will at first, but then once we add the noodles, we don't put the lid all the way on because we don't want it to boil over. This is my excitedly talking to the baby voice. I have been talking to too many babies this weekend. Sorry. Well, what is that noise? Oh, that was the bee popping out. Welcome back, Rose Wolf. You didn't miss much. We were just gathering stuff. Robbie Rolls! Hey, thank you for rolling in here. And tip in 100 Australian, who says, keep up the good work, Joe. I'm doing my best, and folks like you who are supporting the show are helping me do it. I know, without even figuring out all the math, that is going to put us $5 away from the next face camera expansion after this 5. So here we go. Numero uno. How about some more, Joe? Do-do-do-do. Lowering that Joe Pasty now to 70%. Numero dos. Things are about to get gross. This is the worst face camera expansion size. The Tony Stark helmet cam. But fear not, gentle viewers, because Robbie Rolls has prepared 3 more face camera expansions for you real quick. Numero face. Numero trace. Get rid of most of that face. Dropping that Joe Pasty now to 50%. Turning off the ring light. We are now to T. Joe Eckhillsberg territory, my favorite Vin Show Ken joke, but not for long. Numero quattro. How about some more, Joe? Do-do-do-do. Lowering that Joe Pasty now to 42% Joe Pasty. If you had questions about that, that's your answer to that and probably some other things. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, 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 expand, Joe, do-do-do-do. Brr, lowering that Joe Pasty now to a frigid 32% Fahrenheit. Thank you, Robbie Rolls, again for supporting the show. I will indeed keep up the good work to the best of my ability. And y'all are really raising the ceiling on what the best of my ability is. Or raising the floor. I don't know. Y'all are doing both. You're moving windows. Seriously, y'all supporting the show. Y'all helping me. Y'all are super great. Leading up to the break, making sure that I don't need to stress out about the break. Y'all are super great now, helping me feel like I'm ready to move forward. I appreciate it. Okay. So, next thing we need to do, we need to go gather the amethyst crystals, which is not a Final Fantasy reference. It's actually what we're about to do next. But we also need to free up our inventory some, because we have so much nonsense in our inventory. Yes, so thank you once again to Robbie, and thank you to everybody who's hanging out with us tonight. I am having a lot of fun this evening. You know, sometimes, like, here's the thing, is when you go on vacation, like, I feel like there is a certain point where you go on vacation and you come back and you're like ready. You're like, oh, I'm so ready to get back to work. I miss the things that I love about my job. I miss my coworkers, that sort of thing. But I feel like that's usually at around the 1 to 2 week mark. You know, I took about 5 days off, and it was just it was one of those things where it's like, I feel like I'm well rested, and I'm glad I'm streaming tonight because I do kind of miss it, but I also really feel like if I just had 3 more days, I would be like jonesing to stream. I would be like, yeah, gotta get me back in that microphone. But like 5 days was like just enough where it's like I've got the energy, but I don't have that yearning. And so I was excited about playing with the stylus and stuff at the beginning of the stream, but I wasn't sure like how it would go. And I think that this has been a pretty good stream so far. And I hope y'all agree. Like, it's like, because in some level on the back of my head, I was like worried. I was kind of stressed out. Like, oh no, should I have taken more time off so I could put on a better show when I come back? Because one thing I thought about a lot this weekend was like, to some degree, when you're really tired, you don't realize how tired you are. And so I was forcing myself to get like 8 or 9 solid hours of sleep at night over the weekend. And like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, I've been too tired to put on a joyful, excited show the way I want to. And so I wanted to come back strong. And in the back of my head today, like, I was dealing with a bunch of stuff. There were a bunch of wasps in my apartment today, so I was trying to get a bunch of editing done and constantly vacuuming up wasps. And then I had to go spray the nest once sunset hit, because that's when they're dormant. And so all day, I'm trying to do editing work, and I'm dreading going to spray this nest, and I'm annoyed that I keep being interrupted by wasps that have somehow gotten into the apartment. And I'm like, maybe I should have taken 2 or 3 more days off so I could come back and be 100% sure I had the energy to put on the show I wanted. And I think maybe I'm there. Maybe I'm doing a good job. So hopefully it's going good. Matthew Lavis, welcome. So I was in the middle of talking about my weekend when you asked that. So I wasn't trying to be rude by ignoring you. But I was like, I'm already saying, so I don't know. Razor Randon, I'm sorry that you got stung by a wasp. I was very fortunate that, so apparently we need more torches here. Like, I actually called one of my friends, and I was like, hey, can you park nearby? Because I need to spray a wasp nest outside of my door. One of the reasons that my lease on my current apartment is so much cheaper is I'm responsible for a bunch of things at this apartment I wasn't at the other apartment. And one of them is if there's a wasp nest outside of my door, that is my problem. So, I called up one of my friends. I'm like, hey, can you park nearby? And so with this type of wasp, if they attack you, what you're supposed to do is try to get outside of their territory as quick as possible. I wasn't going to try and run inside the house and have a swarm of wasps, flee into the apartment with me. So I'm like, if I run past you, I'm not asking you to, like, let me in the car, because I don't want you to get attacked by wasps, but can you just kind of chase me down the street so in case I, like, pass out from being stung by a bajillion wasps, you can get me the rest of the way to the hospital? And technically they were like red paper hornets, not wasps, but I don't know. Or they might have been red paper wasps. I don't remember. Aviva saw a picture and was like, I know which one that is. But but yeah, anyway, so I went out there and, I waved to my friend and I was wearing like 2 pairs of trousers. I had sweatpants on underneath my jeans. They were tucked into heavy socks. I had my work boots on. I had 2 hoodies on. My normal COVID mask to cover my face, as well as the hoodie like drawstrings pulled tight to cover the rest of my face. And I go out there. I got the spray that's got the like 25-foot reach because it was a little bit high up above my door, and I wanted to be as far away as possible. And it said, if you do it at sunset, the wasps are kind of more dormant or tired at that point. So I was like, okay, so either this is going to be completely fine or this is going to be completely terrible. And it ended up being completely fine. There was like no activity when I started spraying the wasp nest, and I just kept spraying it until it was out of, like, the can was empty basically. And maybe that's too much to use, I don't know, but so it's one of those things though where I was kind of like the fact that I didn't have like 2 or 3 of them even attack me. I was kind of worried. I'm like, wait, does this mean they've already like fled the nest? Have they already like moved? Are they in the walls now? Like, so I'm gonna, if I see any more wasps around the apartment, because I was gone for a few days. And so, it's like if they've relocated their nest inside the apartment, like, am I going to have to move all the couches and look? I don't know. But hopefully, I haven't seen any more inside the apartment since I did that. But we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Because between returning from my trip and spraying the nest, I found 7 different wasps inside the apartment. And it was not ideal. So... but I managed to take care of all of those without getting stung. I vacuumed most of them up. So now I have a vacuum full of live hornets. I'm going to let them calm down for a while and burn off some of their energy. I taped over all the air vents on the outside of the vacuum so they can't escape. So I'll let them wear themselves out for a few days. And, then I'll deal with that later. So anyway, my point is that I was going into this stream and I was kind of like, I'm excited to be streaming again, but like, I feel like maybe a few more days would have really like gotten me to where I need to be. But then also on some level, I'm like, do I really want like my apartment to be invaded by wasps for 2 more days while I was gone? They definitely are not the same as murder hornets. George Harris says, I had to spray paper wasps a few weeks back. I was glad it was in the 50s. Yeah, when it's cold, that's the thing is, like, I was looking at it, I was like, how cold is it going to get tonight? If I wait until it's the middle of the night, is it going to be a lot colder? It's like, no, it's 67. Why am I looking at the bed? I think I was just underground there. If someone's making you mad, you can threaten them with live wasps. Oh, that's true. That's true. Jill Jackson says they won't last long inside the vacuum. They still need water to survive. Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, we just got a tip for 10 from Shira. Thank you very much, Shira. That's going to put us $5 past our next face camera expansion. So let's go ahead and expand that camera, and then we'll go ahead and read that kind note you sent us. Expand. Just do. And we are going to lower the Joe Pasty now to 24%. So thank you very much, Shira, who writes, your wasp problem, while unfortunate, has generated a delightful mental image of your Minecraft character with a little pixel hand vacuum thing running after all the bees from your balloons. I will say, I don't know if y'all noticed, but every time I come out of the inn and there's all the bees out there today, I've kind of stopped a little bit and had to be like, no, it's okay. This is not the same problem. Yeah, a custody judge would not like wasps in the home. So that's why I'm trying to deal with this before my kid gets back from visiting the other side of the family for her break. Um, free wasp with purchase of vacuum. Yeah, it is a more detailed eye, but it's slightly harder to see because the opacity is only 24 now. Okay. So, here we go. So Cleo and I are going to be streaming in about 9 hours. We're going to do our traditional 3 to 4 hour papercraft / other craft stream. So I've still got a lot of energy because I'm excited to be back streaming again, but I also know that I'm trying to keep my good sleep schedule. So thank you again to everybody who supported the show this evening. We are going to be back again tomorrow night, same time, 9 to 11 U.S. Central. I'm more likely to run over a little late tomorrow since the papercraft stream is tomorrow morning and not Friday morning. I'm thinking I might do an extra HermitCraft stream Friday morning too, just because I really want to get episode 14 out the door. I've got a bunch of editing I have to do on the footage I already have, though. That's one of the reasons I didn't do any recording segments today, because I have a bunch of footage for this episode, but it's all over the place, and I need to figure out what to do with it. So, yeah. Anyway, it was a really fun stream. Mr. Hardluck says, check your PayPal. I will. Thank you for calling that to my attention, Mr. Hardluck. Mr. Hardluck just tips 10 and says, hey, for the past 20 minutes Eastern time, it's been my birthday.
Mr. Hardluck! Feliz cumpleaños a ti! Feliz cumpleaños a ti! Feliz cumpleaños a Mr. Hardluck! Oh, Senor Hardluck. Feliz cumpleaños a ti! Y muchos más.
So there you go. Happy birthday to Mr. Hardluck. Okay. Why is this microphone cord so low? I keep hitting it. Sorry, y'all. That's the sort of thing that gets messed up when I'm gone for 5 days. The eyeglass case that I keep on top of that microphone cable so it doesn't shift, I packed with me on the trip. It's the little things about setting up and breaking down a studio. But I am so appreciative of your long-term support of the stream. I'm going to stop whining about my eyeglass case and apologizing for hitting that cable. Happy birthday indeed to you. So let's go ahead, though, and see what is going on in the broader world. Oh, I curtailed my caffeine a little while ago, and I have successfully managed to time this, so I am getting tired when I need to go to bed. Yay, that's good planning. So, as we look out here at everything else going on, it looks like... Well, it looks like Sarif is playing the Elwyn Jurassic Park, has new tech and a special guest. I don't think we have rated Sarif before. I've hung out in several streams where Sarif was in chat, so they seem cool, but I don't know them especially well. But you know what? Let's go ahead and send some folks their way, and hopefully make their evening. When you get over there, go ahead and say, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills stream here. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.